Hey besties, welcome to the vlog. So this week's vlog, we're going to be doing another reading vlog. I really enjoyed filming and editing the one from last week. So if you haven't seen that, go check it out. But yeah, so I'm very excited. Last week I managed to read 2 books, so I'm going to try and get another 2 books in. And we might even get 3 because the 2 books that I have picked out, one of them I'm already halfway through with is my book club book for the month of March, I think. And I'm already about halfway through. I'm on page 220, so not very much left in this book. And then the other book is going to be Powerful because I want to start Fearless when I'm done with those 2 because I just cannot continue to try and avoid these spoilers, okay? It's so hard. It's like dodging bullets. I think we're gonna start with reading Powerful, and then once I finish this, I'm gonna take a break from the world just to give me a little bit of like healthy distance. And then we'll finish this. And if we have time this week, I would love to totally switch gears and read a quick little thriller. I've been wanting to read this Riley Sager thriller for a very long time, so yeah. Also, if you're wondering why I'm whispering, it's because it's currently midnight and my neighbors are probably trying to sleep, so I don't want to be super loud. I'm gonna read a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for bed. I'm actually not tired at all. So I'm going to try and read a little bit. I'm so excited. It's been so long since I've been in this universe. So I'm very excited to read this. But yeah, okay. So, sorry for the shitty lighting, but Jake's out of town tonight and I hate sleeping alone. So hopefully this book will help me to get a little bit of sleep. Let me lock the door because I get really nervous about people coming in when he's not here. Besties! Oh my god. First of all, my ends are so dry and my roots have been getting so greasy so fast recently that I'm not happy about it. But I did want to just update you guys on Powerful, the little novella. I am on page 73. And I'm liking it so far. I did fall asleep last night while reading this though, so how much am I liking it? I don't know. I mean, it's good so far. I just feel like it's extremely insta love-ish. They've spent like 3 days together. It's cute, like I like it, and Adina, I like that we're getting more of her personality because I forgot how much I thought that she was like super cute in the first book. So we're kind of getting more of like that here, which I like. But I also feel, again, her relationship with Mac is just so insta. And it's like he's like a hot, hunky dude. They're working together to try and get into the palace so that she can see Pei. And he can see this other woman that we have no idea who she is, what his relation to this other woman is. And then clearly he has some other motive. But I'm afraid of like finding that out, and then I'm also like, is he gonna do something bad to Adina, or is he going to be like, oh, I can't be a piece of shit to this sweet girl? Do you know? So I'm about to go into this coffee shop that I like to hang out at, and they're supposed to be doing a book swap today. However, it's supposed to be over in about an hour, so I'm assuming that there's nobody else swapping books, but I'm gonna go in, leave my books in here, and if there are people swapping books, I'll grab my books and walk in there.
but I really have to pee, so I'm gonna go. But I'm gonna try and conquer the rest of this today. There's only about 220 pages in this, so I think I can do it today. I do have a little bit of work to get done, but other than that, I'm gonna be filming the podcast tomorrow and editing it tomorrow, so tomorrow I'm not gonna be able to get any reading done because I have so much work to get done when it comes to editing, filming, and uploading for Monday morning, so yeah. So, but I don't work tomorrow, so I'll have a lot more time to get that done, but yeah, that's my update. I really have to pee, so I'm gonna go. Bye.
Okay. Hey vlog. Oh. I just wanted to give you guys an update because I just got home. I did get some reading done. Not that much though, because honestly, so I recently started going to this coffee shop. And I'm calling it a coffee shop, but it's really like a kava kratom bar. But like, I found that online when I talk about kava and kratom, I get like, you know, so I've always been kind of scared to say it. So I refer to it as a coffee shop, but they do sell coffee there and like matcha and all this other stuff and like regular herbal tea. But I like to go there a lot. Like all those people there are so sweet and kind. Like it makes me so happy that like those people are just so kind to me, you know? It's really hard to make new friends when you're like in your 20s because most people already have like their adopted group of friends or they're antisocial or, you know, they have other motives. But anyways, my point is that like meeting these new people and actually feeling like kind of adopted by them is really nice. And like just now when I was leaving, because I left really because it was like dark in there and they were throwing a party, and I might go back to like dress up and stuff, but I don't even know if I have like an outfit for that sort of thing. I did get some reading done. I think I'm on page like 100. Let me see here. I'm on page 104, and this morning I was on page like 70 something. So 73. So I did about 30 pages worth of reading, but I definitely could have gotten a lot more in that time span. I'm just really friendly with everybody down there, and everybody was so nice. And we did do a clothing swap. And yeah, so I'm gonna go grab those clothes out of the car and I'm gonna show you guys what I got at the clothing swap. And I did get rid of like all of the donation clothes I've had in my back trunk for quite literally like 6 months since we moved into this house. And so that was really nice to get rid of that because man, those have been in my trunk for a minute. Okay, we're back. Now I'm in some comfy clothes. I'm gonna show you guys what I got at the clothes swap today. So I got these super cute shorts. I feel like they might be a tad bit too big because they're large, but they're brand new, like tags on. They were, I guess, $19.99 on sale, but originally $45. So I feel like this is a pretty good find for like brand new Zara shorts. Yeah, I just think they'll be really cute with like a either like a white top or like a black bodysuit and maybe like some sandals or some like wedges for the summertime, like if I want to go to the beach or something, look cute, you know? So I just thought that'd be cute. Maybe I can get one of those buttons that like you clip in here and then it'll button it closed more on Amazon. So yeah, super cute. I really like that. I also got this skirt, which is like, here, I'll zip it up. I believe it's from Shein. Yeah, okay. It's a Shein skirt, but I mean, it looks really cute. And it has like this ruche in the front, like on the side, which I thought would be really cute. And like you can adjust it so you can like untie it, or, oh, that's gonna be hard to untie. But yeah, you could like bring it down a little bit more for like a more classy look. And I just thought it would look really cute for the summertime. And it was free, so cool. Love free clothes. I also got this little skirt, which I thought was super cute, which is from Pretty Little Thing. Or it's a pair of shorts, but like, look how cute for the summertime. I thought that these would be really cute paired with like, again, a bodysuit or like a blouse for the summertime or something that's like, kind of got like bell-bottom sleeves up here. Thought it'd be really cute. And I really don't have very many like bottoms that are like airy and like comfortable that aren't like leggings or sweatpants. So really cool finds. And then I just got this little Fashion Nova bodysuit. It does have like a rip, not a rip, but like a snag in the fabric right here. And I tried to like pull it out, but it's still kind of there. So you can kind of see it. But I'm sure that like once I have like a bra on, obviously right now I don't have a bra on, but once I have like a bra on with this, I think it would look really, really cute with like a pair of jeans or something like that. So, or some jean shorts just for like the beach, or again, just summertime cute looks. And then these other two things I got are really just like gym attire that I got. There's this Athletica t-shirt, literally just cropped. I thought it'd look cute for the gym. And also this Nike sweatshirt, which is again cropped, and I thought it would look good at the gym. So yeah, super cute. And again, it was all free. They also had books, but I'm trying not to get any more books. And although some of them did look really appealing, none of them really like yelled at me or were anything that I've been looking for. So I was like, okay, like I'm not gonna take it. Even though it's free, I don't need to add any more books. We're on a journey to get books off of our TBR. Anyways, so I already had some lunch. I had kava, which is like like Mediterranean Chipotle. Love it. It's actually cheaper than Chipotle, by the way, and has way fresher ingredients. I'm actually feeling kind of like just like not in a reading mood, so I'm gonna sit and play some video games for a little bit. It's about 8 p.m. right now, so probably at around 9 I'll go back to reading. So yeah, bye. Hey besties, so I wanted to update you guys because I have not updated you guys in a little bit, but I think the last time that I vlogged, I was sitting down reading this last night, but the last time that I've actually sat and spoke to you guys was probably Sunday afternoon. But I wanted to give you guys quick, before I talk about this book, Powerful. Thoughts on Powerful, and I'll tell you what. I liked it. I gave it a 3.5 stars, okay? However, it was not a strong 3.5 stars, and it might be a 3. So there's like 2 reasons I think you can really like a book. It's because like you really, really appreciate the art of the book. You appreciate the way that it was written, the plot, the characters, everything about it. It's like, it's a well-written book. And then you like a book because you just have an emotional attachment to the story or the characters. And anything that comes out about these characters is just automatically going to be good to you because you enjoy those characters. And that is the way that I liked Powerful. Because it was very insta-love. Okay, Adina in this book... Hold on, my boyfriend's calling me. Hello, honey bunch.
Hi, hon. Okay. I love you.
I love you more. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, I feel like the reason why I really loved Powerful was not because it was a literary work of art, or because the characters were that great, or because the plot was that great, or it wasn't that great, okay? If we're talking in that sense of like, do I like it? It was probably a 2-star. Just okay, right? It's just okay. However, I'm obsessed with Adina. Powerful follows Adina, who is Peyton's like best friend. She lives with her in the slums. She loves Peyton. Peyton's like her only family, basically. If you haven't read the first book, okay, I'm gonna need you to skip like 10 seconds. If you're not planning on reading Powerless or you don't care about spoilers, just stick here. But if you don't want to be spoiled for the first book because you haven't read it yet, here's a timestamp. Go there. Adina fucking dies in the first book, okay? So the whole time I'm reading this book about Adina and what was happening to her while Peyton was in these trials in the first book, I'm just like, I know it's coming. I know she's gonna die. When I read this, the scene where she dies, I was in public. And I was so, like, I'm not gonna cry in public because that's embarrassing, that's gross. But my God, when I got in the car, did I sob. Okay, because that shit was so fucking brutal. And, like, genuinely, if you read Powerless and then read Powerful, which is in the order that they were published, I'm telling you right now, that is, like, self-inflicted pain and turmoil and just so awful. So awful. And that was really why I gave this book a 3.5 stars instead of a 2. It felt very much like first relationship, very young, very youthful vibes, which I love when it comes to, like, Adina, because, like, Adina, again, very cutesy, demure, you know, girly. But it just, like, didn't feel like I didn't care about the relationship, so I don't even know why they included that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. However, the end where he's, like, runs outside and he stares up into the sky and sees the sun, that really got me. That did me in. So, anyways, welcome back if you guys didn't want any spoilers. But yeah, I gave it a 3.5 star. I enjoyed it mostly for the vibes, not the plot. It was good because I love Adina, but if you haven't read the first one, you don't know why, but if you have, you know why. I hated the fucking book. Like, I hated it. I was dreading it, but I loved it at the same time. Does that make sense? Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, so back to what I wanted to talk about and update you guys on, because I'm reading and finishing Holly by Stephen King. I'm on page 272. I've read about 50 pages since yesterday, but this is really, really good. I don't know if I explained what this is about, but basically it's like a mystery, and they're trying to figure out where this girl's gone missing to and, like, what happened to her. And I'm getting to the part where, like, you know, I'm about, I would say, a little over halfway through, okay? I'm getting to the point where it's getting frustrating because you're like, God, you're right there. Because what you're getting is multiple different sections in this world, right? So you have Holly, who's the private investigator who is actively searching for this missing girl and then finding other missing people along the way, okay? Then you have the actual cannibal criminals who are, like, running around and, like, just on their fuck shit, blah, 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 blah. And then you have Barbara, who is just, like, this random fucking bitch who works with Holly, who's the secretary for Holly, but she's also a poetry writer, and she's, like, a part of a family of people who write a lot, and her brother's going through, like, he's about to get published, blah, blah, blah. So because of that, she's keeping her poetry a secret, but she begins working with this like, famous poet, whatever, starts working with her, and, like, everybody is giving, like, little bits and pieces, and, like, Barbara and Holly, if they would just fucking have a conversation, because Barbara's been, like, secretive about her whole poetry thing, that she's kind of, like, disappeared off the face of the earth, and Holly hasn't talked to her yet, and it's just like, if y'all would just talk to each other about what's really going on in Barbara's life, Holly would figure it out, put 2 and 2 together, and it would just, everything would be awesome. So it's like, you're just waiting on that to happen right now, and it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating, because you're like, it's right there, you know? So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go get my groceries, and then I'm gonna go home, and I'm gonna probably go for a walk, and
Play. So we're going for a walk because I was gonna go to the gym, but I've got to go get my groceries, and we're gonna go to a game night later. So read my book. I got Honey and my other honey walking with me. So this is gonna be our movement today. I told him it had to be a minimum of 45 minutes. So I'm also walking on the other side of this linear park, which is cool because I've never walked down the side. It's a little bit different, a little less windy, kind of straight. So that's pretty cool. But reading this book, it's getting crazy. Hey vlog, happy Wednesday.
So, as you guys saw, we went for a walk. I did a little bit of reading on the walk. And then later last night, I did a little bit of reading as well. So, I'm on page 321. So, I have about 120 pages left of this book. And I'm reaching a point where it's like I'm getting like frustrated where I'm like, you know, like just like it's right there, so oh my god, it's so good. But I'm also like, my thing with Stephen King novels, but well, this one specifically, this doesn't have a lot of dialogue. It's all like inner monologue, and then it's inner monologue but also in the third person, so he'll switch from different people to different people, and it's very wordy, if that makes sense. But I like it. I like that he's very articulate with his words. His descriptions and his scenes are very vivid, but it does get a little bit wordy. And especially now that we're reaching the last little bit of this book, I'm like, God, just get there. I'm definitely enjoying this. It's not like, so far, obviously, I'm not done with it. The ending could make this like a 4-star book. But right now it's just a 3-star book. It's like, it's good, right? Like, it's a good mystery thriller. But it's not like great. Do you know what I'm saying? Hopefully by the end of the day I'll be done with this and I can read Riley Sager's book tomorrow. Or hopefully I'll be done with this, honestly, today, like right after I get off work. I feel like I could finish this. So, yeah. Okay, bye. Gotta update the vlog. Okay. Update. I finished Stephen King's Holly. And I think I'm gonna give this a 3.5 stars. Because it was good. I just think that Stephen King's writing is he's really good at capturing a landscape and like showing you and giving like descriptive sentences, and it's all told in like third person, but it also will like show you people's inner monologue. And I liked this, but I feel like it's not a 4-star or a 5-star. Like, it's definitely not a 5-star. Like, there wasn't a twist. There wasn't like we already knew what was going on. It was just more of like waiting and having the anticipation of having Holly put all the pieces together and her figure it out, because we knew who was committing the crimes and how all these crimes were connected, and we really were just waiting for Holly to figure it the fuck out. And it took her a damn minute. It took her 400 freaking pages to figure it out. And I don't know, it felt like there was a lot of plot, but there's also a lot of character development, especially with Holly and also Barbara. But like, Holly's character development goes from like the beginning where she's dealing with this like loss of her mom, and like her and her mom didn't have a great relationship, so it's not necessarily like a mourning of like, I'm sad for my mom, like I miss her. It's more of like, I'm sad that like my mom and I couldn't have a better relationship. There's great character development, especially when she, at the end conflict, when she's actually with the killers, when she, you know,
manages, I don't want to spoil it, but whatever, the last kind of like big scene at the end. But because we already knew who they were and because we already knew what was going on, it wasn't really the like, oh my god, like we just found out who it is, right? It was more of the anticipation, watching Holly try to put together the pieces and watching Barbara at the same time trying to put together the pieces. But like, well, not Barbara putting together the pieces, but she has vital information, but she's not talking to Holly because she's been kind of being secretive about something that she has going on. And it's just like the frustration of being like, God, if Barbara and Holly would just get on the phone, and if Jerome would just come back from New York, and it's just all these different moving pieces that I just felt like weren't really believable. I feel like Holly is probably, I'm gonna assume, in her like 30s or 40s maybe, like let's say 40s. But even then, in 2021, somebody in their 40s who, you know, has a friend who is in their like early 20s, like 21 or 22 or something, and your friend is texting you and you're just like not answering, like I don't find that believable, you know. Or you're putting your phone down for extended periods of it's just, I don't know, I feel like the average 21, 22-year-old in 2021, if you send them a text, their phone is on them, so they're going to respond, even though they're like kind of doing this thing that's kind of secretive. It's not like it's secretive in a bad way, it's more like secretive in the sense that she doesn't want to take away the light from her brother because it's like a writing thing that she's doing, and her brother just got published. So it was just the anticipation, but I didn't feel like I had the satisfactory feeling from all of it coming together, because it didn't even come together until Holly was already in the situation that she's in at the end. And I didn't really feel like her life was ever in danger because I knew that Barbara was going to figure it out, because she already had kind of put some of the pieces together when she talked about Jorge Castro, which is like the first victim that we see, like off rip, he's the first one we're introduced to in the book. I don't know, I didn't really feel a lot of satisfaction from the end. I think the ending was really, really sad, where Holly talks to Penny Doll, who is the mom looking for her daughter, which is why like this whole story started. That's really, really sad. Well, she doesn't end up having to talk to her. Izzy, who's the police detective, ends up having to talk to her. But yeah, I mean, I do love a good sleuth. I mean, this really itched the part of my brain that enjoyed Nancy Drew as a kid. So the sleuthing was slay, but it wasn't giving me like thriller. Like I feel like it didn't scratch the itch of, like when I read The Silent Patient, it's actually up here somewhere. Yeah. I know this gets a lot of bad rap, but I genuinely loved this book. The twist in this book got me so out of the blue. I didn't see it coming, and I really, really loved it. This, we already know what's coming. We're just waiting for it to kind of resolve itself. And it doesn't really feel like a moment, you know? So I'm going to give this a 3 stars. It wasn't anything special, but it also wasn't bad. I think it's very well written. Again, the only thing I would say is if you're not super into, like if you're very much used to dialogue, heavy writing, kind of fluffy romance books, or even romantasies, this is probably not going to be for you. Just nothing special, unfortunately. But yeah, so I'm going to read a Riley Sager book next, though. And I feel like this is going to have me on the edge of my seat. It's going to be what I wanted from Holly, just a little bit better. So, yeah, I'm going to start reading this now. Bye!